All right, everyone. Happy Tips Tuesday. Seth Turner here with Shane Severson. Team Severson here with you.
Welcome.
Today, Shane, I've been hearing a lot about people saying, the market's crazy. I've got all this equity. Hoorah. But I can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
What would you say to that?
Yeah, I think it's totally not true at all. I think people, you hear everybody say, I've got all this equity, but it does me no good. I'd have to sell and move to Iowa, and I don't want to move to Iowa and live in farm town. And, I think a lot of people, I think, yes, if you're at retirement age and you can sell your home, take 500 grand equity, take it and move it to Kansas, and buy a house cash and retire, that's a great option. We have a lot of family that have moved to Texas and taken all their equity and done that. But I think people feel like that's the only thing they can do, and it's simply not true. So I just want to give a couple of examples of things that you can do. One, if you bought a home in the last 2-3 years, you have enough equity now. It's crazy as it is. You could have a 20-year-old kid buy their first home, and 2 years later, they put 3% down, maybe 5% down, and now they have 20% equity. You take that, you refi it, and you save yourself $200-$300 a month. That alone, $200-$300 a month for 30 years, 20 years, that's a massive amount of money. So that's one thing you can do with your equity. Wow. Number two, I think, is leverage that. And some people are very conservative, don't want to leverage, but the power of real estate, you got $500,000 equity that's doing you no good. It's making you zero money on your money. You can pull 200 grand, 300 grand out and split that and buy a couple rentals and leverage that money. The power of investing in real estate versus your 401k, your, all of that is your dollar for dollar there. You got to have 500,000 to get a $500,000 appreciation off of it. In real estate, I can put 20 grand in and get a $500,000 appreciation off of it. So you can take that equity and you can multiply that and use that as huge growth. And then the third option I would say is if you do some of those options, we could take 3 homes, sell one of them, pay off one of them, or you can, do something like that. I think, personally, I'm looking towards retirement here eventually, and I've got to have money. I've got to have cash. I can't have mortgage payments. I can't have all of that. So if you have $500,000 equity, but it does you no good, if you had 2 of those, you sell one of them, pay this one off. Now I have a house free and clear that I don't have a mortgage payment on. I got $800,000 investment sitting there. Wow. If you have 4, pay 2 off and own 2, right? Now I got rental income and I have a house paid free and clear. So I think people are just thinking of it very shallow thinking that the equity does me no good, and there's massive things you can do with your equity.
Yeah, so maybe they don't have the education as well.
I think that's part of it.
Not a lot of people are talking about that, but you can get really creative with what you're doing with your equity, it sounds like.
It's cash.
Yeah.
It really is. It's cash. People don't see it that way. Like, I can't get to it, but you can. I've got all kinds of lenders, in a couple weeks we got your cash out, you can do anything you want with it. So,
that's so true.
Yeah, makes sense. So anyway, I hope that helps. I hope that's good information. We're going to keep coming to you and giving you a lot of good information. We'll see you next week. God bless.